Yeah, now it's good. So let's start with the BTC first. So BTC has entered our POI for long, but I don't see any strength here yet. So before discussing BTC, let's see USDT dominance because it will give a much clearer picture. So I already told about this that USDT dominance is about to break out and market is about to correct. So that's what happened in last 3 days. But this is a very small resistance which USDT dominance is trying to reclaim here. For now, 4 hour also looks good. So if we still see a rejection here and we see this as kind of a range formation like this, then we will see BTC pumping a bit, but overall this isn't looking very good right now. If there is a reclaim on 4 hour here on this trend line, so we will see the movement like this, and then it might come to retest this and then go up again. So if this kind of movement happens, then I think BTC is going to correct 5 or 6% more. If we consider 5 or 6% correction from here, then it will coincide with this support here. So there is a possibility that BTC might retest 98k area, and this can also be confirmed by here. So this is the first time we are having acceptance within this channel again. So there was an acceptance, there was a retest, and then it went down again. You see wicks here, here, so there is a lot of liquidity here which has to be taken. So this is not necessary that it is going to go down in one run, so it might take liquidity a little bit here. For now my long is already open from 103.8, but it can take liquidity here, then go up into this supply and then come down here. It can happen like this. This has higher probability of happening. So for now long is in small profit, but I don't see any strength here yet, so I might set SLB or close it early. If we see EMAs, then there is an EMA around 102.4, which should be for our 200 EMA, I guess. Yeah, this is for our 200 EMA, so there might be a retest here, then it goes up to test maybe for our 100 EMA, and then it comes down to this support. But there is a probability that BTC might test this. Now for invalidation of this and bullish momentum continuation, BTC needs to reclaim here above, again above this channel basically. So if I see here, then for continuous bullish momentum you need to see a 4-hour close above, a retest, and then it can go up and test 111k supply. But I see little chances of this happening right now. There are high chances of going this way, then retesting this, and then coming down, and from here we will get a proper bounce. So you need to plan all positions accordingly. So whenever so if you see a retest of 102.4k, then that's where you can go long into alts, and then you can again exit the scalps around the supply. If it reclaims, then it's good, otherwise it will go lower and fill some imbalances. So for now, this is the scenario. I'll consider till this point only. I'm not going lower. Lower will only be possible after this support is lost, which shouldn't be lost in the first go because this hasn't been tested yet. So by filling all this liquidity and tapping into this demand, I think there should be some bounce, maybe to this area around here, 100K or something, but you will get a bounce. So focusing level by level, first level to focus is 102.4K. If we get it, then you if it goes up till here, then you have to see if a reclaim happens here. If there is no reclaim and you see a rejection, then after rejection, when it goes to retest again, that's where you will exit the alts, and then you'll probably short and wait for this to happen, and whenever this happens, that's where you will go long. So that's my plan for BTC for next week's. Coming to chill guy, so we had this short right here, and the TP was at a range low. That happened. Now it has reclaimed and it is retesting. So for now, this is a good long. You can enter long here, but the positions for the long shouldn't be very big. Positions should be very little scalps. Like you can risk 0.5 hour maybe, and again your TP will be on the retest of this trend line, and your stop loss should be below this low, like this. So this can be a long. Let's take a look at Ethereum BTC. So ETH BTC on 4 hour has a breakout, and it is right now it's retesting this demand cluster, so it might give a bounce, but there is a supply here, so there can be some chop. Let's see on the HTF. On the HTF, it is trying to reclaim, but if you see the body, then it's like 25% of the body is above the reclaim level, so it's not very good and it's not very strong. But what you have to see on little bit lower time frame is it should not lose this level on weekly. It should hold this maybe. So the only bullish scenario here for me would be you see a consolidation here in this region and then you see it move up. Since the monthly close is not very strong, so on lower time level like weekly or daily, you should see a consolidation in this region, kind of a range like it's already happening, but it needs to be a little bit longer. There should be accumulation, then it can break out above. Otherwise there is a chance that it might break down, and since there is a lot of imbalances in this region, it might go down and retest the imbalances. But you don't need to look at this chart on the lower time frame for scalps. Ethereum chart will give you the clear picture itself. So I don't watch Ethereum BTC for lower time frame often, only sometimes. Otherwise, Ethereum gives clear picture. So if we talk about Ethereum, so Ethereum also we saw a breakout retest, then it goes up again in the supply, and then right now it's chopping here just below the supply. Unless you see a reclaim above 2870, there won't be any bullish momentum. You need to see a daily or weekly close above this, then only it can push for I think 33, like here 3500. Otherwise it might go down. There are a lot of imbalances below because it pumped quickly, so you might see it retesting at least this region 2250, and if this doesn't hold, then the next demand cluster is here, which is around 1870. So minimum there is a chance of retesting this because this is already a triple top, and this third one is an SFP, so it might go up a little bit again around 27 something, and then it can come down or maybe like till here only 2650, and then it comes down. Only bullish scenario after this reclaim happens. So this is for swing positions. For scalps, you can look for LTF, OBs, or any other confluences to take some scalps. But if you want to take spot or swing positions, you have to wait for this reclaim. There is no other way. Either this, or you need to see it hold here or here. But even if you see it hold here, then also again, whenever it will come here, then it will face some challenge. This is how it looks on weekly. So you see one rejection, two rejection, three rejection on the weekly around the supply. This is not very good on HTF. So I think Ethereum will take some time to cook. It's not very easy. Also, you can consider, if you see on daily, you can consider this as a range. So unless 2400 is lost with a candle close, I think you can scalp it for longs easily. So you can take this as a range like this. So there has been an SFP here. Now there is an SFP here. Now it moves down. So again, look for longs in this region, 24, 10 or 20. Let me see if there is another confluence. There is a demand here, but this is already tapped, and this is a very wide demand. So try to look for a reaction here first. If this breaks down on 4 hour, this is the demand. So you'll see a tap here. If you see a reaction, then go for a long, at least till mid range. Otherwise, wait for the lower levels around 2200 and then 1800 something. This is for Ethereum. Coming to Fartcoin. I have to see this myself. So this is the demand which is right now trying to hold. There is a, it has already given a bounce here. So this is an SR flip. See here, this region is an SR flip. So you might expect a reaction here again. Since this is the third tap, since this is going to be third daily tap, so you can expect it to take liquidity in the demand below and then go up maybe, but again the push will be to this trend line or this supply. So this is what you can expect if this doesn't hold. Otherwise you have to look for a reaction here around 0.9 0.92 to 0.94. If you don't see any reaction, then you go for 0.85. You'll see a tap here. Invalidation for this will be you won't see a reaction here in on 4 hour. If you see any weakness, like there is no buyback here, or if it starts consolidating here, that's where you either reduce the risk or you exit the position and wait for this. Invalidation for this demand tap will be just below this demand. If you see a candle close, minimum 4 hour. But there should be a bounce very close on BTC as well as on alts. But that bounce will not take us to new all-time high, in my opinion. That bounce will be short-lived, but it can give a good bounce on alts because I think BTC dominance is about to top somehow. BTC dominance can top somewhere here for some time. For now, this is holding the mid range. This is strong. But if I see golden pocket, then there can be a rejection somewhere little higher, or might be there is a rejection already, and this is again in the supply, so it might go down. So the next this time, whenever BTC gives a bounce today or tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I think alts will bounce. Alts will bounce with comparatively more strength than BTC. Let's take a look at totals too. Yeah, so total is heading to this demand region here. This range was already broken. So this is 4-hour demand here. So you can expect a tap here. That's where you should look for risking more in longs. And again, it will be around this supply first. Till this is not taken, it won't go higher. Maybe it will go test the range low, but that's the extent of long positions I'll expect in the first run. Then we'll see from there. But first, just look for a tap here. That's where you'll risk in longs, and then you'll try to reduce some risk, at least half TP into the supply. Total 2 I already talked about. I'm expecting a bounce from this demand. Let's see how it reacts here. That's where we'll think about going long into Ethereum. I think this should coincide with my Ethereum idea, which I gave around 2400 something. So I think you can expect a bounce there first. Okay, coming to total 3, I said that it might give a bounce here in this demand, or I already told if it consolidates here, then it will go down. So first it gave a bounce little bit, then right now if you see LTF, then there is a consolidation in this demand like I said earlier. So you'll see it go a little bit up, and then it will go down into this region. This is where I expect the bounce in alts to happen. It might don't consider the breakdown of this. If the candle comes into this demand and then bounces back, just look for a candle close below this. But this is the region where you should start looking for alt longs. So when you will consider the long scenarios, only take a look at total and look for this demand tab. For alts, total 3 is a little bit ambiguous to me, so I will not consider my longs on the basis of this. But let's see if I extend this trend line, it will go way down lower. Maybe it will tap, maybe it will not. I'm not sure, but I will be looking at total and I will be looking at USDT dominance here in this region. Okay, where you see BTC bounce to, I already covered that. So I see BTC first bounce maybe from 102.4 or 102.5 to this 12-hour demand here, supply here around 106 or 107k, and from there I'll see if it reclaims this, then it will go up. Otherwise it will push down to 97, 98k. If you want to consider it in a simple way, look for a bounce on 4-hour 200 EMA and then look for a rejection around 4-hour 100 EMA. Okay, so that's BTC. Now coming to this chart, Magic. This has been in a descending channel for a long time. There is a hidden demand here, I think on 4-hour. Yeah, there is a hidden demand here. So first thing is I'll be looking at a reaction here. If you don't get a reaction here, then let it go down to the trend line touch. Set an alert at this lower trend line. Whenever you see a tap, there, that's where you are going to long. Okay, let's see in it. So in it was supposed to go up after tapping this demand. I was expecting a reclaim of Monday low and then push up here. That didn't happen, and we saw a rejection here. I saw some confusion of people getting into long here on Twitter as well as in our group. Uh, but there wasn't any reclaim or breakout. We needed both to long. That didn't happen here, but it is still in the descending channel and it is still holding this trend line. So when you see BTC give a bounce maybe to 102k or something, that's where you can expect you can take a look at here. If it is still holding the trend line, you can go long. Also, it is also about to tap daily demand. If you see a tap, then you can consider a long here also. Oh yeah, there's a demand here too. This is already tapped today. So this is good. If it holds still here 0.68, then I think it's good to go up. But the candle close should be inside this channel. This is LPT. LPT we discussed in the last stream, and I gave this region for bounce. Luckily, this has given 154% push today, but unluckily I didn't get into position because I didn't have any alert set, but this gave a good bounce. Coming to NPC, NPC gave some bounce in this region, but then we saw a rejection and now it has broken down the channel, so this long is invalidated. So I had a long and then I took half TP, but it got closed B, but now there is no point of longing it here. This channel is broken right now. Coming to Vine, this is the long area that I was expecting a little bit bounce. So invalidation will be below this wick, below 0.0334, but I don't see much strength or volume here right now. Plus they have printed a supply here, so this will be a tough ride. So I will not be opening a position, but this is a potential long. Oh, virtual looks good. Virtual, okay, this is into the second bounce area. So this was the first bounce area I gave in the last stream. So we got a bounce here around 10 or 12%, I think. 8-9% bounce. Now it is into the second bounce area and it has retested Monday low. So this is a good long till Monday low holds. This setup is okay-ish for now. There's a long bit to cover, supply. You can get a 4-5% bounce at least easily. So this can be a good scalp. Your stop loss can be below this wick itself, about below 1.985. So this is okay, but risk to reward ratio is not very good. So uh, no big position can be taken. So for now, for any big position, you need to wait for BTC or USDT dominance to clear. Coming to WLD, WLD is also good. It has tapped this trend line. This can be a scalp up to this region till 1.3, but right now alts are not very secure. This can be taken as a little long, but again stop loss should be below this wick and there are higher chances of hitting it, but still if you can manage risk then you can enter. So right now the market situation is not very favorable to making big money. You can just take small scalps or you can just be sideline waiting for a little bit more correction, but for now no big position can be taken. Same is for banana. Tapped this demand and holding Monday low. Again, this can be along with stop loss below this. But all these longs which I'm talking about right now, they will only be valid if BTC keeps holding this 103.8. Also for this long that we are already in, there should be some TP taken around here 105.2. So we got some little bit bounce here. Take out partially around 105k and then let's see whether it's gonna go up or go down, but there's a lot of chop here, so I'll expect it to go a little bit down, but this long has played out nicely, so this is good. Okay, I think this is pretty much it for now. Okay, looking at fog, I also gave this setup. This setup is still valid and it is at an entry and stop loss should be just below this demand. So we are entering the weekend soon. If BTC keeps holding a little bit here without going down, or it can give a quick tap to 102.4k, then I think longs will be safe. But BTC dominance on LTF looks okayish to me, so I think it's gonna go down and alts can at least push little bit up into 4-hour or daily supplies before moving down a little bit more. So this weekend I don't see many big opportunities to take trades, but we can take some scalps here and there. That's it. Next week I think BTC is going to bottom maybe on Monday. So next week can be green. Okay, for Kaito already broken down its SR flip, retested, now it can go down. At least it can go down to Monday low. But it should go to Monday high. You can take a shot like this, maybe here, and then it can come down. That will make sense if it retests and then come down to it comes down to make a retest of this trend line as an SR flip, which should coincide with around Monday low. So if this happens before weekend gets over, then I think you can take a long too. Otherwise there will be a new Monday range, so we'll see according to that. Let's take a look at Pengu. Give me a minute, guys. Just give me a minute. Sorry, guys. Okay, so Pengu, I had a long around this region, then we had a long around this region again to this supply tap. Now there is a rejection here, and this is kind of consolidation or a range, but I expect a breakdown here. This is a hidden demand. This is holding for now, so till you see a breakdown below here, it's not going to go down. But this particular demand tap is where I am looking at for a proper long. Let's see if this is given. There is no weekly demand here. Weekly demand is quite lower. This region and then this region. Okay, let me see if there is any other interesting alts. Ondo looks good to me on this tab. Ondo will be okay if you see a tap into this demand region, and then it can go up. Let's see for EMS. EMS are all up, so this is bearish on daily and 4 hour. Now another good chart which I am looking for a higher push is grass, but right now this will be very difficult. There's a double top here. This is a support for now. If this holds, then okay, otherwise this demand is where you should be looking at. This is quite lower from here. This region should hold. If this doesn't hold, then probably I'll take a look later. Let's see if the same demand is going to give a bounce, or we can get a bounce higher. Okay, coming to Popcat. Popcat has an SR flip, and this is a breaker block here. So whenever we'll get this tap, then probably I'll be looking for a long. This is three-day demand also, so probably around here we should be looking for a tap and bounce. 0.3 region, I guess. Let's see on LTF. It can bounce anywhere here, in between 0.3 to 0.27. That's a 10%. That's a 10% block. It can give a bounce here. Let's see on daily. Yeah, this is the area where you should be expecting a bounce. Okay, this I have already covered. Banana S31, we got a bounce from the first region. Now I am looking at the second region for bounce. So now I'll be looking at a bounce into this region. So let's see if this gets acceptance within the range low again, then we can look for a bounce. So these are all the alts that I have to cover till now. I haven't taken a look at other alts for now. Let's let BTC make a bottom, then probably I'll be looking for other setups. But for from the last streams on the Discord as well as from the Sidekick, almost all the setups have played out good. So let's see how it goes further. So thank you for tuning in. So that's it for now. Bye bye.